What? There's actually one more. Hi guys, welcome to another Nick Oldhead video, and this is a very special video, right? Because as I'm sitting there in a bit of a slump, not feeling too good, look at this. Wow, hobgaddling, if it ain't Oldhead. Look at that. One of you lovely watchers, joined a game with me. Correctly guessed, am I getting Firelord Rush with grunts? Now I said I said my opponent is, but then I told them the truth, they're not. This is why I'm showing you this game. Remains to be seen. Isn't that a great quote? Hobgaddling seems to think that would make a good murder mystery title. That came out of nowhere, and it really thrilled me. It delighted me because I love Columbo. It's my favorite series of all time. I love like mysteries. Remains to be seen. It's a great double entendre, right? Remains to be seen. Scene could be like S-C-E-N-E, like a crime scene. Like, oh, they left the remains. Or it could be like a movie star, a murder, remains to be seen. Or it's like the remains of the body. It's so good, right? But unfortunately, I am still playing brutally aggressive. I do get the last hit. And let's just talk a little bit about Orc versus Orc, because even though my opponent is a friend of the channel, that does not mean my Farseer is a friend of his Farseer. So every time this happens, as in we see that late Voodoo Lounge, because my opponent is reacting to me smorking, I already feel like I'm in a great spot. Like, this is always great for me in the Orc early game, because I just feel as if I have a clear objective. My objective is to put pressure on my opponent's Farseer. And really good micro on my opponent here. I'm trying to eventually get the deny off this grunt, but I do not. My opponent gets the last hit, and I'm feeling a little bad if not for this mini game I have of kill your Farseer. You know, I know eventually all roads lead back to your base trying to get a healing salve. So it kind of puts another deny. So my opponent is really doing great in the early game here. Shoutouts to you, another deny. But I am steadily putting this aggression. So let's see how the grunt player has to deal with the headhunter player, right? I think this is a fine trade, but only if you're dealing damage to the headhunter grunt, not the... I buy the boots of speed here, by the way. It's just I'm trying to get in. My opponent sees that, TP's the base. My grunt eventually decides to wise up and says, maybe I can get an attack in. Can he get one chop in? He gets one chop in and has to run away. Yeah, one chop in has to run away. That's about as much as you can do. And we have to get back in there, because even though my friend Hobgaddling, you're a friend of the channel, but these wolves are a friend of canceling salves. So that's what this wolf has to do. You have one job. Cancel the salve of the Farseer that you know. And then bam, minus 400, whatever. So good damage there. Gonna have to use another healing salve. And, you know, we are also getting free licks in on a Troll Headhunter. So, pretty decent early game by me, simply because, like, we're focusing on the massive grunt accumulation. If you can keep grunts alive in the early game, usually can do my little mid-game tempo push better. These grunts need to find a way to live. Yeah, don't want to get too down in the weeds. But you notice my opponent's tier 2. And I'm tier 2 as well. So now is the time where we got to start using those tier 2 buffs. Now I go Shadowhunter, but then immediately say, nah, Tauren Chieftain. Did you notice that? I was going Shadowhunter, but I decided against it. I go Tauren Chieftain into Tauren Totem. Sometimes in the Orc versus Orc matchup, the Shadowhunter is the right call, because, you know, Hex is such a big game, and so is Healing Wave. But in this situation, I've been more partial to Tauren Chieftain, because if this game goes long, Tauren versus Tauren is just such a ridiculous matchup, and Doran's Aura ends up being a big thing, because if your Tauren can just run away from their Tauren, it's like really helpful micro. So we got a lot of grunts, and my opponent is currently out creeping me, because, you know, this is something I picked up. You can just take out these level 3 Kobold Geomancers pretty well with the Spirit Wolves and the Farseer. So if you're ever behind, just snipe the level 3 Geomancers. It's pretty good. So I getting brute strength, and my opponent is getting troll regen. Oh, nice little. Decides to cancel the troll regen because you want. What is it? You want resources elsewhere. So you cancel that into what? Another troll headhunter? No, you canceled the regen there. Let's see. Oh yeah, that was weird. You got attacked by those creeps. Eventually get that pendant of energy, and really lucky that I'm deciding to attack because it's just good timing. Do I have pillage? I hope so. Pillage. Yeah, so I do have pillage. Just see a nice pillage value there, and eventually, you know, we just get a little bit of positioning advantage here. Gotta get a juicy stomp. Nice, juicy stomp. Feeling good. Just killing head hunters left and right. Another stomp. Try to kill some more headhunters. Feels great. We don't mind the Tauren Chieftain dying there. Stomp needs to be used when you know you're going to get a lot of damage. So, you know, the defensive stomps aren't what we're really afraid of. We're afraid of stomps like, yeah, that we're not too afraid of that stomp. Tauren Chieftain just getting out of there. Now, Spirit Link is just going to really kind of put an end on this game, I think, even though in my head, I'm thinking how cool it is that my opponent is microing so well. I'm also not stressed because I feel as if Spirit Link in this early stage of the Orc Mirrors is really good. You know, for example, we're able to get this nice little... Ooh, nice deny there. My opponent has been denying units this whole game, actually, so that grunt there is having a fun solo with the Farseer. Eventually has to run away. That would have been a great case for Spirit Link there. Send a Spirit Link grunt, just have him sit on the Farseer so you can't regen. Interesting how, like, there's a decision to be made whether you kill the Spirit Wolves or kill the grunt. Eventually kill the Spirit Wolves because we don't want that grunt to die, right? Back on the barracks. Because this is my opponent's only unit production building, so all of this started with the early Voodoo Lounge breakage. I suppose when you just aren't able to amass a critical amount of headhunters, you know, the grunts can just kind of bully you, so here we go. We're just decided to kind of park right outside my opponent's base. Kind of see the writing on the wall here. Yeah, GG. GG. Now look at this. Don't put me in the vid. The only reason I'm putting you in the vid is because your remains to be seen pun was so good. It put a smile to my face. And I was having a really bad day before this game. It was my first game of the day. And wow. Remains to be seen. Just, like, let's write the murder mystery. And hope you enjoy the next video, right? Will you enjoy the next video? That remains to be seen. However, you know, I just have a little bit of editing to do. Just a little remaining scenes to edit, and then you will be one of the last viewers remaining. And then my video will be seen by you, right? So, yes, remains to be seen. Great game, Hobgodling. Thanks for watching the channel. And if you guys want to be featured in a video, that's simple. Just tell me not to do it. And then there you go. I'll do it. Anyways, GG's. Thanks for watching. And I'll see you guys on the next one.
What we have here is a failure to communicate. I usually work alone. Rover, wanderer, nomad, vagabond, call me what you will.